our profession is quite often misunderstood, underrepresented. There was always something nagging in me to speak up and to make sure that people outside of data management understand what we're doing. When data management is not acknowledged for the value that they have, it's a risk for patients, it's a risk for cost development, research in general. SCDM gave me that forum. Then I noticed that through SCDM and the board, you can move the industry. And honestly, the legacy, it's people like you. It's the next generation out there. And I see so much talent that I find very energizing.
The Clinical Data Lighthouse, partnerships on the road to Vision 2030. Thank you, Michael, for being here. And Michael Goedde, President at Bioforum the Data Masters, also here in the EMEA conference, facilitator for the Leadership Forum. Very much looking forward to this conversation with you. To begin with, on this book, Mastering Clinical Data Management. My sincere congratulations.
Thank you.
With this, if you don't mind, I would like you to sign a copy for me, if that's okay.
It would be my pleasure, my honor, actually, of doing that. And I appreciate you bringing it up. It's still a humbling experience, I have to say. Just give a quick signature.
I have a special edition.
It is a special edition, actually, yeah. And I hope you enjoy it. It was a privilege, and thank you so much for bringing it up.
Thank you so much. And so maybe let me start there. And so why write the book? Well, what brought you to do this? And I know it's in the book, but maybe as a teaser in this conversation.
As a quick teaser, so truth be told is that it wasn't my idea first to write a book. I was approached by a publisher to write something about data management. And as you know, Ward, I consider myself pretty outspoken when it comes to data management since several decades now. And I felt that I had to do it because when I talk about people skills, I tell people that they should speak up and they have to get outside of their comfort zone. And writing a book felt something so far outside of my typical comfort zone, but it was about speaking up. So it would have felt hypocritical that I keep on telling people to do that and then I would basically shy away from that. So I embraced it. One of the hardest things I've done. I got plenty of help from a couple of contributors as well, but I'm happy it's done now and I hope that it can help to continue to move the industry forward, which is also your mission, I think. I know in your current role as chair of SCDM.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and you've been an example in the industry for so long by leading multiple organizations in data management, also in SCDM as chair and long-term board member for many years, but also as a personal leader, very approachable to anyone. And so also to me, you have been approaching me early on and say, what do you want to actually accomplish? Where do you want to weigh in? Maybe a question, where does that come from? Your genuine interest in people?
I think it's many things that come to that part. It's, again, as I mentioned, several decades in data management. And I always felt and still feel that our profession, as I call it, is quite often misunderstood, underrepresented. Having been a hands-on data manager early in my career, there was always something nagging in me to speak up and to make sure that people outside of data management understand what we're doing, the importance here. And SCDM as an organization gave me that forum. And this is where the drive came from. And then I noticed that through SCDM and the board and, for example, the chairmanship, you can move the industry. And when I came across people like you, where I see that there's a similar drive, I am genuinely interested to see what are you trying to drive forward as chair of SCDM. And by the way, I love your Vision 2030, for example. And there were different things that were driving me. People are first and foremost because we know that culture, people are key success factors in any organization. And I saw that specifically true for data management. And the more you do it, the more passionate you get about it. So that's one of, I think, many drivers that after many years still, I enjoy coming to these conferences.
No, thank you so much. SCDM is important there. So what would you say to SCDM members or people who join the conference? That, you know what, I actually want to volunteer, but I'm not so sure. What will that take? What would you say to jump in as a volunteer, example, as for SCDM?
I mean, like with almost anything in life, if you do something that you believe in, that you actually want to do, you will put more effort into it. First of all, we have to remind people that are maybe new to SCDM and want to volunteer. this is, as you said, volunteer hours. You don't get paid for it. It's because something that you should be loving to do anyway. So rather than picking, this topic here, but if your heart is not into it, and there are things in data management where I will admit my heart is not into that part, right? So pick something that you like, and then there are so many committees, areas where you can volunteer, and start with that. A smaller step to start, actually, and I recall my early SCDM conferences or other conferences as well, participate in the discussion. So when a panel opens up a Q&A session, and there's a nagging question or comment, or even a different opinion that you have, I think I was never shy to go and do that. And yes, sometimes there are nerves walking up to a mic. Just do it. You're surrounded by friends, colleagues that most likely half of the room was thinking exactly about the comment or question you were doing, and somebody needs to just voice it. Those are the baby steps that in the end makes you become a chair. So, yeah.
No, I love that. And also the focus and seeing, okay, what do I really love to do? Because don't assume that someone else likes to do the same thing, and that complementary part of the society, how you can help each other. Is it people, technology? Is it process? Is it biotech? Is it tech, FedNux? Is it CROs? Is it biopharma? Or is it patient centricity and site centricity, which is ultimately essential? How can we all together move in the right direction? So thank you for that insight. And you mentioned SCDM a lot, right? But so you have all these leadership in many companies. You have been leading in SCDM. You have written a book now as a guide for many others. You have many, many more years to go. So what would you ideally look for as a legacy at the end of this? Because you've seen also the industry evolve a lot. You know where the future is going to have a lot more change. But so what do you look forward to, and what do you think as a legacy, what you want to leave behind?
I mean, that's a very rich question. A couple of items there. You mentioned the book in SCDM. I didn't do an exact count, but my bet is that I referenced it at least 25 times in the book. Why did I do that? I truly think and know actually that SCDM is and was a main driver for me to build a network, to actually form my opinion. And maybe that's another component from a soft skill perspective. So even though I'm sure you and I have strong opinions on certain items, I've seen actually change and evolve my opinion and stance on many topics out there where I think today I might even take the opposing view that I had 10, 15 years ago, which means that you have to be open for that and never really assume. It doesn't matter how many decades you have been there to say, okay, I think now I got it all. Because your surroundings, the regulatory framework, everything changes as well. To the legacy part, and you said many more years ahead. I take this as a compliment. I'm not sure how many more years, but we'll see. The passion is still there for it. The key mission from day one for me joining this industry when I saw the standing of CDM is I would like to see our profession, clinical data management, the evolution to clinical data science, become the fair standing and recognition that we deserve in clinical research. And that should not be a self-serving mission to say, yeah, we want recognition. Someone should tell us, hey, you have done a good job again. It's not about that. But I see the risk when in companies, be it service providers, pharma companies, sponsor companies, tech companies, when data management is not being acknowledged for the value that they have. It's a risk for patients. It's a risk for cost, money, development, research in general. And that's a mission that I think we are on a journey to hopefully eventually finish. And I hope that the book and my contribution to SCDM have done a very small part to it. And maybe last word on the legacy. Honestly, the legacy, it's people like you. People like that I see now on the board that I feel maybe we're not so different in age there, but as the next generation out there, and I have to say I feel very good because it's amazing what I'm seeing. Again, your vision for 2030, I know it's yours and the board's vision there. I see so much talent that I find very energizing to work with and pass on especially the soft skills that you need.
Thank you for that, Michael. I fully agree with you, and I also see with the Vision 2030, I also talk about this is the golden era of data. Everyone is all of a sudden is even more interested in data with technology and AI and big data. But this is a golden opportunity, but also a very big risk and pressure on us because we have to do this well, otherwise everyone will claim it. And you've seen it probably in your lifetime as well. There's a data management and there is management of data, and everyone feels that they're controlling management of data until there is a problem. Then it's data management's fault. And so that's where we need to continuously make sure that we are at the seat at the table. And I want to thank you.
Well put, actually. No, this is exactly what it is, yeah. Stepping up. And I think I talk a lot when I sometimes on stage is to embrace accountability. It's a key for me from a mindset perspective. It's very easy to point fingers into other direction, but when it comes to clinical data, I think there is no other profession and skill set better suited to raise your hand, step up, take the right seat at the table, and embrace the accountability, which sometimes means admitting mistakes, which sometimes means to take a risky move and to stand up. Throughout the career, companies that put value in that had leaders that spoke up, I see them excelling all the way in drug development. Actually, you see more drugs being approved, you see better approval rates, you see better cultures in those companies that where this is not happening, it's usually not a good environment for clinical research in general.
Thank you so much, Miguel, of course, for everything, and of course, hope for many more years of working together at SCDM as well. But thank you very, very much for the book, for your advice as a mentor. And anyway, thank you for this podcast.
Thanks for having me, Ward. It was a pleasure. Thank you.